What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of this Crystal Palace FIFA 16 career mode. Today we've got back-to-back cup games, which is probably a good thing given our poor recent league form. We're going to be taking on Portsmouth at Fratton Park in the FA Cup, and then we've got the second leg of the Capital One Cup semi-final against Brighton. But first, more offers for Jack Butland being rejected. He is very much in demand. Celta Vigo putting the offer in on this occasion. And then Ramirez, if you remember, we put in a bid for him. Chelsea rejected it. We realised his contract was expiring, so we offered him a deal and he has accepted and agreed to join us next season. So future is looking bright, a very, very strong addition to the squad. But here we go, travelling to Fratton Park to take on sleeping giants Portsmouth. Obviously not too long ago they were actually a Premiership side until they got into financial trouble. You can see the formation. They're going with a 4-2-3-1 there. Matt Tubbs is obviously the main man up front. He's the goal threat. He'll be the man that they're looking to feed, and he's the one that we have to keep quiet. It's a little bit of a rotation side. The main one being Lasse Janka, the youth goalkeeper, is going to be making his debut for us today in goal. So we'll see what he's like. He's only 50-something rated, but you wouldn't know it based on that save. Superb reflex and acrobatics, whatever you want to call it, ability to turn that one over. But the pressure was still on from Portsmouth. Fortunately, we managed to deflect the next effort over the crossbar, but they started really, really well. You can see we're still inside the opening 10 minutes, and they were controlling the game from the off. A fantastic turn there, and that was just inches wide, and we were very close to going behind. But at the other end, this is where the quality showed. Jamie Vardy, who's not been as prolific as he was last season, turned his man and smashed it into the top corner. 1-0 lead, totally against the run of play. Really do not deserve to be in front, but he made it look so easy, beat the defender, and at this level you would expect him to give them the runaround. But we're 1-0 up. That didn't, deter Portsmouth though. They did keep coming forward, but we caught them on the counter-attack here once again. Jamie Vardy playing the ball out to Vidio. Just over a quarter of an hour gone, as you can see. He uses his pace, could have gone for goal himself, but instead decides to square it, and Vardy makes it 2-0. So good to see Vardy back amongst the goals. Really, really unselfish play. It's a bit sweaty if you want to, if you want to be nitpicky, you could say we should have gone for goal there, but you do what you can to win the game, and Vardy was in a much better position to just put that into an empty net. And with the 2-goal lead, we really gained control. Video here, you can see going through a few players, finding Juan Maresca, the youth player. He had an effort that was tipped over the crossbar, but from the resulting corner, we picked out a man on the edge of the box. This was really training ground stuff. Video heads it down, but the effort was well saved by the Portsmouth keeper. But set pieces were kind of a pattern in this game. They whipped one in here. We didn't defend it well, but fortunately the header was off target. But at the other end, we're trying to put this game to bed. You can see Jason punching. How he doesn't get a penalty here, I've got no idea. The ball kind of rolled loose. He done a decent step over, like an off the ball step over, and the defender just absolutely whacks him. How is that not a foul? I do not understand, but not complaining. Moving into the second half here. Vidio skipping past a few men. Could have made it 3 here, but a poor pass, really poor pass. He was caught in 2 minds, and Portsmouth managed to get the ball away. But Juan Maresca has an effort from distance. So unlucky not to grab a goal there, and the follow-up header was gathered by the keeper. But obviously with the 2-goal cushion, with just a few minutes remaining now, we make a couple of changes. Dwight Gale and youngster Jonathan Williams are going to get a quick run out here. You can see Portsmouth throwing everything at us. The goalkeeper is up for this corner. The ball is gathered by Janka. We roll it out, and you think, we've got an empty net here. Vidio tries to pick out Dwight Gale, who somehow ran into an offside position. All he had to do was stay onside, and he was rolling that into an empty net. But we've got a chance to make it 3. Vidio had support, decides to go for goal himself, hit the crossbar, so unlucky, and the follow-up from Punchin was turned over the bar. But we weren't done there. You can see Portsmouth hadn't wised up to our corner routine. Jonathan Williams, the man on the edge, just finesses it a foot or so past the post. And Portsmouth had one final attack of their own. It seemed to be an age of stoppage time played, but Lasse Janka made the save from the header to keep a clean sheet on his debut, and he was actually quite impressive, as was Jamie Vardy. He got both the goals, and we progressed through to the next round of the FA Cup. You can see we're accepting an offer here for Jerome Binon-Williams. He's not going to feature, he's not going to play. We've obviously got Ezeki Friars, Pap Soare in those positions, but Marouane Fellaini, this is the big news. He has agreed to join the club. 70 grand a week. We're going to have to adjust the budgets to get him here, but we don't mind doing that. He's got plenty of experience, and we think he will offer a lot to our squad. But more cup action now. We're taking on Brighton at Moulton Road in this second leg of the Capital One Cup. barring a disaster here, we should comfortably make our way through to Wembley. We've got a 3-goal advantage from the first leg, so unless we get a few players sent off or just have a complete disaster, we should be heading through it. It's a slight rotation side. You can see Jack Cloesi, Mendes in there as well. Yanka is going to be playing his second game in a row as we look to book our place in the Capital One Cup final. Sergio Mendes having the first effort on goal. On his weaker right foot, wasn't far wide. The keeper kind of watched it past the post, but was a little apprehensive. And then some more decent play from Berahino up top. Holds it up really well, waits for support. It's Sergio Mendes that's arriving again, this time on his stronger left foot. He lets fly, really good effort, hits the post, and following up is Jack Cloesi to grab his first senior goal. So we take a 1-goal lead, 4-0 on aggregate, and surely now we can start enjoying our football, trying to play some nice stuff and just enjoy being in the Capital One Cup semi-final. We're playing the ball through again. Here's Berahino, very little support here. You can see he's got 4 defenders back, decides to just let fly, and how about that for an absolute screamer, a contender for goal of the season for sure, 35 yards out, just decides to let fly. Angle was against him, keeper was positioned well, he had defenders putting him under pressure, but that is unstoppable. The dip on that at the last minute was absolutely fantastic, and a goal worthy of winning any cup tie. But Brighton had some chances to get themselves level. Good double save there from Yanka, and he makes it a triple save as he turns the third effort behind for a corner. So half time, 2-0 up. We are cruising here in this Capital One Cup, 5-0 up on aggregate. It's time to try and play some sexy football, but Brighton had other ideas. They had caused us a few problems in the first game, but weren't clinical when they got in front of goal. This time, Ince makes the wrong decision. Should have gone for goal, decide to square it, and a combination of Yanka and Mark Bartra, I think it was, managed to get the ball away. But Brighton continue to come forward, causing us a lot of problems. A great run here. It's a decent save from Yanka, but that's where he shows his inexperience. When he parries that, he's got to parry that away from danger. He just drops it out into the 6-yard box, and they gobble up the rebound to get themselves back in the game, but not the tie. Nothing but a consolation in terms of the 2 legs, surely, but they find another opening here, and again, Yanka, I'm disappointed with him here. He's done the right thing, he's come out, he's tried to put the striker under pressure, but he's then been beaten at his near post. And when you look at the replay, positioning was a bit off, and then he doesn't react to the shot until the ball's already past him. So maybe he's not quite ready. Well, we know he's not quite ready from his rating, but for first team opportunities just yet. And then a volley nearly puts Brighton ahead after we lost our 2-goal lead, which was disappointing to say the least. But Berahino got through shortly after and smashed us back in front with another glorious finish in off the post again. Against the run of play, actually. Second half we had been poor, but now we know we're going to Wembley. We make a couple more changes, get some more young players on. Dwight Gale hasn't had a lot of football. He's going to come on again as well, see what he can do. But Tom Ince with some really good skill here, plays the ball through to his teammate, and it's a good save from Yanka, redeeming himself from that earlier error. Until this happened. What's he doing? Where's he going? He's tried to punch air. He was absolutely nowhere near the ball, and Brighton have made it 3-3 again, which I'm not bothered about because obviously we're going to win the tie. But what is he doing there? That is just... There's bad rated goalkeepers, and then there's just stupidity. He's tried to... I've got no words. I can't be too harsh on the youngster because he has played well over the 2 games that he's been in, but you could say he was at fault for all 3 goals in that game. So if we get an injury to our main goalkeeper, I'll be slightly concerned about putting him in the side. But you can see confirmation there that we're through to the Capital One Cup final, where we will be taking on West Bromwich Albion, obviously obviously Premier League opponents as well. We've taken them on in the league, and they're not a team, you know, it's difficult to predict what to do against West Brom, because on their day they can beat anybody, but not the strongest of sides to be taking on in a cup final. So if I'm being honest, I thoroughly expect us to pick up our first piece of silverware. Pep Soiree then coming to us after that game asking for more wages. That's not going to happen, mate, until you sort your performances out. You were poor at the back end of last season, you haven't been amazing this year, and we're still trying to replace you, so no, you're not going to get more money. Looking at the Premier League table, nothing's changed. We're still in 7th. This is just for you guys that may not have seen the last episode. We're still down there fighting to get a European spot, of course. That's the aim this year, and hopefully we can add a domestic cup to that as well. But that will bring this one to a close, guys. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and we will see you again next time.